The forest was created by Meg, the late Princess Diana, who was said to be shocked and saddened by Harry's behavior and the anger Markle caused between William and Harry. Hello friends and welcome to the Princess Diana News channel. As I watched this video about how we can't blame William for Meghan ruining her relationship with her brother, I realized the person suffering the most here is their late mother, Princess Diana. One of you said Diana also made a mistake by telling Harry about the replacement scroll too soon. Well, I'm sure the late Princess Diana would have been shocked and saddened by Harry's actions and the rift Meghan created between the brothers. Princess Diana had always wanted her sons to remain close, and it was known that she wanted Harry to play her role when her brother became king. Of course, the late Princess Diana could never have predicted that the human wrecking ball known as Meghan Markle would appear between the brothers and completely destroy the relationship her sons once had. Now, Catherine only encourages William's relationship with Harry and other family members. But then again, Catherine comes from a very tight-knit and stable family. All the harm Meghan has caused her family and the royal family is inexcusable. Harry was warned to take his time and not rush into his marriage. But no, Harry was ignoring all the warnings from everyone in his life. It's a huge red flag if you meet the family of the person you want to marry until a few hours before the wedding. Ever since Harry left the palace guard, we've all seen what a troubled man he is, and still is. Case in point, Harry accused the press of hacking his phone 2 years before he owned it. Harry is in dire need of royal stewardship as Meghan prepares for his very public and disastrous divorce. We will see reports in the media for a long time. Meghan Markle has never met a camera lens she didn't like. And Harry's drug addiction, mental retardation, and emotional turmoil would make him look like an idiot and emotionally unstable person. Meghan would then look like the evil, self-centered, narcissistic which she is. Brothers don't speak, they are thousands of miles apart. What kind of farce is this? How would Diana feel if she knew all this? First, Meghan Markle and Harry started the prank. Harry and Meghan began this vindictive and completely unnecessary campaign against the royal family almost immediately after their departure, after the late Queen told them that no, they couldn't be half royal and half out. They want to be able to choose what they do while making a lot of money from America's royal brand. Well, the King, Queen, Prince and Princess of Wales were their first targets. Consider William's position. I mean his own brother, the people he protected and helped throughout his life, as well as his family and friends betrayed him. So what, should he say, "Oh, Harry, just give me a hug. Let's stop all this. Let's forget how you attacked our family, all the lies you told. Let's be friends again." I mean, if you destroy your own father, your late grandmother, your stepmother, that's how it works. If I were William, I wouldn't do anything like that. Not when they've been doing this for over 3 years and show no signs of softening. Now, they've convinced Scooby to write another book, one after the trip to Montecito, of course. In this case, it is difficult for Meghan to say that she had nothing to do with it. If I encountered these two sociopaths, would not go anywhere near them, and I certainly wouldn't let them near my family. After the divorce we hear, there will be another round of attacks and of course it will all be the fault of the media. You know, the same media they expect to photograph them every chance they get. And it's not like there was a simple disagreement among the family members who raised their voices and got frustrated, no. This situation has existed for years. In the beginning it was Meghan Markle against her own family, and right after that it was Meghan and Harry against the royal family. Families and none of them showed interest in the sick and dead. I mean, just think of the interviews, the books, the claims, the lies, and they have this sense of humor. They believe that they should continue to receive financial support and other benefits. And as much as I admire the royal family, they shouldn't have allowed them a long time ago. I mean, they could have followed protocol, never complain, never defend yourself. But the money and these few advantages should have dried up long ago. I was so proud that Charles got the key to Frogmore Cottage. Harry has proven to be completely unreliable. This is no ordinary family. this is royalty. They were public figures, so anything they said to Harry would be used as evidence against them, even if it's crooked. Oh, he'll still use it. Apparently, the royal family predictably dumped Meghan. The best way is to adopt a no-contact policy. I enjoyed reading your comments on this question because it reminded me that maybe I'm not crazy here. So let's take a look at some of the comments you left on the Stop Blaming Will video. First, let's look at what Sue Clark said. She said that Princess Catherine humbled herself and ultimately exalted herself in the eyes of the people, even though that was not what she wanted. Meghan works hard to get higher and ends up lower, but Meghan doesn't understand this. Isn't it surprising that Meghan tries the same thing over and over again, trying to copy Catherine and expecting different results? I feel like all these nasty and unpleasant things come from her. I feel sorry for Prince Harry. He acts like he is brainwashed. I want to believe that too. And I know a lot of people would say no, Harry was like that all along. The palace just covered it, maybe, but I know I've said it before and I'll say it again after they divorce. This will be interesting. Real. What kind of person is Harry? Then Becky said everyone should blame Meghan Markle. I tend to agree. I mean, Harry deserves some of the blame for executing his little plan, too. But at the same time, Harry wasn't smart enough to imagine all of those things. I'm convinced that's Meghan Markle. I really enjoyed reading this comment from ET2. Harry's wife walked in, grabbed the microphone and said, "Sorry, I'm late to the party." The Invincibles were no Hollywood party for minor celebrities. This is an important sporting event for disabled veterans. I will never forget Meghan's disgusting curtsy, mocking the late Queen and everything she stood for. The Prince and Princess of Wales and the Hereford Beauty met with mental health charity We Farming Minds today. We also visited Madeley Forestry Primary School and SAS headquarters and spent time with Special Forces families. I swear Meghan thinks she's still at a Hollywood party and everyone is excited to see her. The woman is crazy. Thank you for introducing us to the wonderful work of a couple from Wales. I mean, there's no comparison between William and Catherine, Meghan and Harry. Terry Broomfield also shared an interesting perspective on the episode. Terry says it's too bad Diana gave Harry the title of spare, so it's actually partly her fault he feels this way, and she tells him he might need some spare parts. What a cruel thing to say to a child at a young age. Harry is an adult and needs to get over his jealousy and move on with his life. She must have told him this as a joke. She thought it was funny, but it was one of those jokes that shouldn't be shared with children because it was beyond her comprehension. He still didn't seem to understand that she was joking. I think the Summer Savages put it well too. Summer says William is the next king. He couldn't tolerate his brother's antics for the sake of the throne. Catherine also stands firm in her position. And after Harry and Meghan dumped them, they had to move to higher ground. This work is amazing. Harry could have stayed in the family and the company, but he met a really bad woman who let it go and then destroyed everything inside her. Harry is a follower, so he followed him. Summer, your entire review is very insightful, so thank you for sharing. This is the last sentence I think everyone should remember. Harry is a follower. He is not a leader. So I think who Harry is depends on who he follows. If he could have a good daughter, a truly honest and decent person, I think he could become a better man. It will definitely be better than what we see today. Chief Dizzy says Meg wants revenge on Prince William for rejecting her bold flirtation. He doesn't want someone like her. He has true love. What does Harry really want William to do about the sibling rivalry? It's small and perfect for Harry. So, I think both Meghan and Harry are sticking to it. Meghan wanted to propose to William and he didn't, so she's all mad at him. And then Harry gets angry because Meghan wanted her brother more than him. I don't understand where William's fault is, but then again, Harry isn't known for his logical thinking skills. Marie Alexander also left us very interesting comments and shared some anecdotes with us. Mary said, I read that Prince Harry asked William if they could be the Prince of Wales and then the Falcon Prince. Chapter What a joke. But in fact, this happened during the time of Henry II, who was still King of England. He crowned his son Henry in 1170, but they did not rule together. Henry II would not allow it. And it caused so much turmoil. Prince Harry is a king in his opinion, thanks to this woman. And let's not forget, she said they were one plane crash away from the throne. Bad. As if they could always be monarchs. People in Parliament never have them. Parliament rules, the monarch rules. Thanks, Marie, for this informative and entertaining review. Now, as for who Harry really is, Susan Roberts said, thank you for hitting the nail on the head. Everyone blames Meghan Markle for Harry's actions and words. I always believed that 75% of the problems were caused by him. Meghan Markle makes up the remaining 25%. Harry has been jealous of William since he was a child. Harry couldn't accept the fact that he was the replacement. He spent his life looking for ways to surpass William. Meghan Markle just added fuel to the fire that has been eating away at Harry for years. Here she becomes complicit in the already existing problems of greed, envy, vanity, narcissism, jealousy, anger, drugs and alcohol. The palace has protected Harry well over the years. The last 5 years have shown the world his true nature. Not a character. On the contrary, it is a tragic excuse for a person. Well, Susan, I can't really say that I know who he is or know all the possible versions of Harry, but I can say that I totally agree with you. What he has shown is that minimum is a tragic excuse for man. Okay, now back to the main content. For centuries, rich and powerful families from Europe eliminated relatives they could not present to the public. They were sent somewhere, let's say, far away or maybe worse. Now the princess actually had several cousins who lived in this life. And it looks like they really lost to Harry, doesn't it? Chapter They tried to generalize it. They dressed him up and put a lot of lipstick on him, but you know what they say about lipstick on a pig. The keepers did their best to clean up the feces, but the stench still lingered. I don't know what will happen when they finally get divorced. I mean, I worry about Harry's mental health. I think he is really unstable. He went off the rails. And he cannot cope with all this. And if he manages to cross, the royal family will transport him to a distant place. Because I can't imagine that the citizens of Great Britain will ever forgive him for his betrayal. Another thing I want to talk about today is what happened to the funds held in trust by the late Princess Diana. Now, the money Di had when she died suddenly was given in accordance with the will she made. Diana requested that her material possessions be distributed in her will. So Prince William and Prince Harry had the opportunity to choose some of Princess Diana's things and keep them. Chapter Please continue discussing this issue with us in the comments below. If you find my video helpful, please like it and share it with your friends and family who will also enjoy it. Please click the subscribe button below to receive more news about Princess Diana. Thank you very much for the setup.